The mouth is both a tool and a weapon. Through it, we build connections, offer wisdom, but also, if we are not mindful, we create conflict and sow misunderstanding. The Shaolin path teaches us that silence often carries more strength than words spoken in haste. Before you speak, pause. Let the words first form in your mind like a drop of water finding stillness before it falls. Every morning, ask yourself, what do I wish to contribute to the world through my speech? Is it clarity or confusion? Is it harmony or hostility? The words we use shape not just the world outside, but the world within. Language creates the structure of thought, and so controlling the mouth becomes the first step in mastering the inner world. There is great power in disciplined speech. This does not mean to suppress your voice, it means to elevate it. Speak only when your words are more valuable than your silence. The Shaolin tradition values economy of speech, not because of fear, but because of respect for the listener, for yourself, and for the silence in between. To control your mouth is to reclaim your energy. Gossip, arguments, complaints, they all drain your life force. But when your words are measured, purposeful, and serene, you conserve your power. You become unshakable. This is the first pillar of self-mastery. Your mood is like the sky. It can be cloudy, stormy, or clear. But you are not the sky. You are the observer of the sky. Many people believe their emotions control them. The truth is that your mood is not your master, it is your mirror. Learn to look into it without judgment. In the Shaolin tradition, we train to observe the body, the breath, and the mind. These observations give rise to awareness, and with awareness comes choice. When you feel anger rising, you must be like the mountain still, grounded. The storm may roar around you, but it does not move you. Control of mood is not suppression, it is transformation. Like fire that can destroy or warm, your emotional energy can be destructive or creative. To control your mood is to learn the alchemy of turning frustration into fuel, sadness into softness, and joy into humility. Meditation teaches us this: do not become your mood. Instead, be present with it. Ask, what is this feeling trying to teach me? With this question, you step out of reaction and into response. This is emotional discipline, the ability to feel everything, but act with wisdom. Money is energy. It amplifies the person who holds it. If you are calm, focused, and generous, money will serve your mission. If you are anxious, scattered, and greedy, money will only magnify your suffering. The Shaolin way is to make money your tool, not your identity. Do not chase money, chase mastery. When you cultivate skill, discipline, and service, money follows naturally. Just as a farmer does not scream at the crops to grow, but nurtures the soil with patience, so too must you nurture your mind and efforts. Wealth is the fruit, not the seed. To control your money is to understand needs versus wants. Simplicity is not poverty, it is power. The less you depend on, the freer you become. Ask yourself, what truly brings peace? Is it the purchase or the presence? Is it the possession or the purpose behind it? Use money to express your values. Spend in alignment with your spirit. Invest in your growth, not your ego. Let money flow through you, not just to you. Then it will never control you. Instead, it will serve your path with grace and humility. The mind is the root of everything. Every action, every word, every habit, it all begins as a thought. And yet, how often do we tend to this garden of thought? If we allow weeds of doubt and fear to grow, they will soon cover the entire landscape. You must become the gardener of your own mind. In the Shaolin tradition, we do not aim to stop thinking. We aim to discipline thinking. Like training a wild horse, you gently bring the mind back again and again to what matters. This is why meditation is not an escape from life. It is training for life. Your mind has immense power. If you feed it negativity, it will produce suffering. If you feed it clarity, it will lead you to peace. So ask yourself every day, what am I feeding my mind today? Books, conversations, images, thoughts, they are all nutrition for your inner world. To control your mind is to choose your thoughts, the way a warrior chooses his weapons. You do not entertain every idea. You do not allow distractions to dictate your focus. You stand guard at the gate of your consciousness, because from your thoughts, your entire reality flows. Without discipline, your intentions are like cloud shifting, formless and fleeting. But with discipline, they become mountains anchored, solid, and rising above distractions. Discipline is not punishment. It is alignment. It is living with your values, even when it is hard. As Shaolin, we rise before the sun, not because it is easy, but because it is right. The path is not comfortable, but it is meaningful. You must train yourself to follow through, especially when the mood fades. That is the test. Anyone can act when they feel good. Mastery is acting with discipline, no matter how you feel. Discipline must begin in the small things, waking up, breathing with awareness, keeping promises to yourself. These are not just habits. They are the foundation of self-respect. If you cannot trust yourself to do the small things, how will you face the storms of life? Let every choice be a sharpening stone. Even rest can be disciplined when it is intentional. Even speech can be disciplined when it is wise. Build your day like a warrior prepares for battle with clarity, focus, and unwavering respect for your mission. Many people live in a prison created by time trapped in regrets of the past or anxieties of the future. But life is only happening now. The Shaolin path reminds us the breath is the anchor. Wherever your breath is, your life is. Learn to return to it again and again. Presence is not passive. It is full awareness. It is hearing not just the words, but the silence behind them. It is walking not just for the destination, but for the feeling of each step. The present moment is your training ground. Miss it, and you miss everything. The modern world demands your attention at every moment. Notifications, distractions, comparisons. But your power lies in reclaiming your attention. When you train the mind to stay here, now, you begin to unlock the greatest peace, the peace that does not depend on circumstances. To control your life, you must first control your attention. Do not let your mind be hijacked by urgency. Return again and again to presence. Feel the breath. Hear the silence. See the moment as it is. This is not philosophy. It is a practical path to inner strength. Every moment gives you two choices, to react or to respond. Reactions are automatic, emotional, uncontrolled. Responses are conscious, deliberate, and rooted in awareness. Between the stimulus and your action lies a sacred pause. That pause is your true power. At Shaolin, we are trained to slow down the moment internally, even if the world around us is fast. In that space, you can see more clearly. You can ask, what does this situation truly need? My ego or my wisdom? That 1 second of pause can prevent hours of regret. People often think control is force, but true control is subtle. It is restraint. It is awareness. It is the ability to step back and observe your own fire before it burns someone. You do not fight fire with fire. You fight it with stillness, with understanding. The more you train your mind, the more natural this response becomes. You stop being dragged by every emotion. You become like water fluid, but unbreakable. Control your reactions, and your life will no longer be shaped by impulse, but by insight. Your surroundings are not neutral. They shape your energy, your mood, and your thoughts. A chaotic environment will breed a chaotic mind. A disciplined environment supports a disciplined spirit. This is why the Shaolin temple is kept clean, organized, and intentional. Look around you. What does your space say about your mind? Is it cluttered, noisy, reactive, or is it calm, simple, supportive? Your environment is a reflection of your internal world, but it also reinforces it. Change one and the other often follows. But the environment is not just physical. It includes the people you spend time with, the information you consume, the conversations you entertain. Guard your space, not from fear, but from wisdom. You do not plant flowers in poisoned soil. You do not train in a battlefield of noise. Create space for clarity, a place to sit and breathe, a time each day to unplug and reflect, a practice of choosing carefully who and what you allow near your energy. This is not isolation, it is cultivation. Cultivation of your inner garden. Pain is not your enemy, it is your instructor. In the Shaolin temple, we do not run from discomfort, we study it. We ask, what is this pain showing me? What weakness is it revealing? Whether it is physical, emotional, or mental pain is information. Modern life teaches us to escape pain through distraction, consumption, avoidance. But if you escape pain, you escape growth. Pain is the fire that forges strength. Do not seek it, but when it arrives, bow to it, listen to it, learn from it. Every transformation is painful because the old version of you must die. The laziness, the fear, the doubt it will scream before it leaves. But if you remain calm in the fire, you will emerge stronger. Not because the pain disappeared, but because you became bigger than it. Use pain as a signal, not a sentence. When you hurt, ask not, why me, but what now? Let it humble you. Let it teach you patience. Let it carve out the depth where your resilience will grow. That is how warriors are shaped not in comfort, but in challenge. Every action you repeat is a stone laid on. The path you walk, your habits build your character. They are not small, they are everything. At the Shaolin temple, every gesture, from how we fold our robe to how we serve tea, is a form of training. Because how you do anything is how you do everything. Do not underestimate your daily routine. It is not a background to your life, it is the foundation. You become what you repeatedly do. Excellence is not a decision made once. It is a decision made every day. Even when you feel uninspired, especially then, control your habits and you control your future. But it starts with awareness. Which behaviors are strengthening your discipline and which are weakening it? You do not need to overhaul your life in a day. You need to begin with one mindful step. In Shaolin training, we say, do less, but do it deeply. The same applies to habits. One deep breath before speaking. One disciplined action each morning. Let these acts of intention compound. That is how mountains are moved one deliberate step at a time. The ego is the voice that says, I must prove, I must compare, I must win. It is not your enemy, but it is not your master either. At Shaolin, we learn to see the ego for what it is, a mask, a layer of fear disguised as strength. True strength requires no mask. The ego craves validation, but peace comes not from what others think of you. It comes from what you know of yourself. The warrior must learn to fight not for pride, but for purpose. Not to defeat others, but to overcome the self. To master your ego, you must learn humility. Bow when you learn, bow when you fail, bow when you rise. This is not weakness, is strength that does not need to shout. The quieter the ego, the stronger the soul becomes. Let go of the need to be seen. Focus on becoming. Let go of the need to be right. Focus on understanding. You are not here to impress. You are here to express your truth with calm, with clarity, and with compassion. A restless mind sees only what is missing. A disciplined mind sees what is already present. At Shaolin, we begin and end our days with gratitude not as a performance, but as a practice. Because gratitude is the soil from which peace grows. You may have goals, dreams, ambitions, good, but never let them blind you to what is already sacred. Your breath is a gift. Your ability to rise and train is a gift. Even your challenges gifts in disguise. When you learn to bow to what you have, life opens. Gratitude does not mean complacency. It means wholeness. You strive not from lack, but from love, not to fill a hole, but to express your fullness. And from that energy, everything you do becomes more powerful, more meaningful, more aligned. Each moment offers something to be thankful for, a lesson, a connection, a chance to improve. Do not miss it. Control your perception and you change your experience. Gratitude is not something you find. It is something you choose again and again. In a world addicted to noise and speed, stillness is a radical act. But stillness is not the absence of movement, it is the presence of awareness. At the temple, we sit not to escape life, but to enter it more deeply, one breath at a time. Stillness allows you to see. When the water is still, the reflection becomes clear. But when the mind is disturbed, everything is distorted. That is why in moments of confusion, the solution is not more action, it is more presence. You cannot hear your inner wisdom if you are always reacting. Create space, be still. In that silence, answers arise naturally. Strength returns, perspective shifts. The mind, like a sword, must be sharpened through stillness as much as motion. Stillness is not laziness. It is training. It is observation. It is mastery over impulse. Learn to return to it not once, but daily, especially when life is loud, especially when the storm is near. That is when your stillness becomes your shield. The body is not just a vessel, it is a reflection of your discipline. At Shaolin, the body is trained not only to become strong, but to become aware. Every movement is meditation. Every motion is mindfulness in form. To control the body is to learn about energy, limits, and focus. Not to dominate it, but to understand it. The way you sit, stand, eat, train, these are not accidents. They are messages. What message are you sending to your mind through your body? Modern life neglects the body. We sit too long, breathe too shallow, move without awareness. But if the body is weak, the mind will suffer. If the breath is chaotic, the thoughts will be scattered. Bring your body into discipline, and the mind will follow. Respect your body. Rest it, train it, nourish it. It is your vehicle on the path. Treat it like a temple, and it will serve you with strength, clarity, and resilience. Discipline is not limited to the mind. It begins in the bones, the breath, and the blood. You do not need to be perfect. You need to be present. You need to be honest. And you need to be disciplined. These four elements, mood, money, mind, they are not separate. They are threads in one fabric. The warrior integrates them all. Some days you will fall. Some days you will forget. That is human. But you must return again and again. Discipline is not never falling. It is always rising. Return to the breath. Return to the path. Let each day be a refinement of your awareness. When your words are disciplined, your mood becomes stable. When your emotions are steady, your money is used wisely. When your finances are aligned, your mind becomes free. This is the chain of self-mastery, not controlled by force, but by harmony. Walk your path not with fear, but with clarity. Be silent when needed. Speak with purpose. Spend with wisdom. Train the mind daily. And in doing so, you will no longer be controlled by the world. You will begin to move through it not as a follower, but as a master of your own energy.